Hey, Noel, is this what you want to dress for the first episode?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Easily, I'm second guessing it now.
Well, you got time, power, battery to make this a 3-second process like I did when I realized my outfit.
Why did you see our feet?
Okay, goals.
You fucking better than me.
Oh! Now you want to show out. Now you want to show out.
Oh, I just grabbed the first t-shirt.
Oh yeah, first t-shirt.
Very first.
I'm gonna edit it, so it's gonna seem like it was a 2-second decision, but it was not.
Here, in the flesh.
It's called Pierce.
E-E-I-R-C.
Alright. Oh, you gotta draw your drawing. Good thing I'm not sweating at all.
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, I love that. That's a good first choice. That's a solid first choice.
Right?
Super S.
I fucking love it.
Nothing says how old we are like the super ass.
I'm gonna start rolling the first skifferini. In case anyone's wondering why I'm not gonna use my raw grinder, you'll be seeing very often is because I just cleaned it today and it's spotless now. What's really cool about this grinder is that it's a 12-piece grinder, although I keep counting 11, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't know what the fucking 12 pieces. Maybe I'm not taking them apart. Whatever.
Or something you didn't take apart, probably.
But it's all apart, so go for yourself. So yeah, the reason why I wanted to do that was I wanted to clean it. I haven't cleaned it mad long, and I wanted to show off a little bit. Tomorrow, I'm going to put it together during a 420 episode, since tomorrow's actually 420. I'm going to put this grinder together tomorrow because this grinder eventually is going to be on the giveaway.
What?
Not this one. I have another one, a brand new one.
That's dope. That grinder is fire.
Yeah, this is a really good grinder, so I'm gonna make people jealous so they can actually see how it works and how it comes apart, and I'll talk about it a little bit and shit. Maybe I'll put that at like 1K or 10K, I don't know, we'll decide. It's a really nice grinder, so maybe 10K. And there's also some special meaning to it too that will I'm sure will be revealed eventually. So I'm just gonna use it with my hands, even though this weed is actually really fuzzy. Wow, you're just going all out on that super. You're making it the superest.
Trying to be super about it. My hand gets in the way. You remember the left-handed kid in school?
Yeah.
Back when you rolled pencils? Wow.
What? He was the kid in the front of the class.
It's not what I was saying.
He was the teacher's favorite student.
I'm saying the left-handed kid.
It was the kid that the teacher protected all the time.
Before everyone moved to pens, actually even after pens, when I would write.
Oh, you'd get in your own way. You start smudging your own
My
shit.
hand.
I'm following. I'm in front of my writing.
My
You're
hand
behind
would
her.
constantly be covered in pencil lead shavings. Just black from just dragging my hand over.
That's fucked up. So this is.
And that has bothered me ever since I realized I was left-handed.
Just-
I look at everyone else and I'm like, look at how efficient it is. But me, I'm just like, I'm like painting in front of me, painting the lines on the road in front of the car.
Oh, so you know. We'll have our little thing over here, just like this right up there. So we know and this is going. So this has been recording. We started since we got in here. We're always gonna have weird starts.
Just never gonna be like intro.
Yeah.
So hey guys.
Well, you know what I was thinking? I was like, how can we describe, like, if somebody had to tell me like what it's gonna be like? You know what I thought of? Think of if Drink Champs made a show with Dr. Phil and it was co-hosted by Cheech and Chong. It's just gonna be lots of fun. Lots of fun.
It's the hot mess. Welcome to our hot mess.
Welcome to our hot mess called the Therapy Sesh.
Let's get a hot girl to say it. Therapy session or therapy sesh, and then
ASMR it.
like blowing smoke.
Yeah. Oh, we should
ASMR it.
We should.
ASMR.
We're gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what we should talk about first? We should talk about what we were talking about before, the Bitcoins and the stocks and shit.
And how Bitcoin is the stock.
Okay, but see, let's pretend that I don't get it. We're gonna pretend I don't get it. Okay? I do. I know it. I know everything about Bitcoins. Everything. Email me. I'll send you everything. Pretend I don't know anything. How would you describe Bitcoin?
I'd probably go about describing Bitcoin like how I was trying to explain it before, which is we had gold. We found gold. This thing is oddly heavy. It's heavier than any other thing we've had. It must be valuable. I'm gonna put value in this shiny, heavy thing. It's oddly heavy. Like if you ever held a gold nugget, it's like out of this planet almost. It's just like, wow, this thing that's so small, this popcorn kernel.
Oh, you know, the New York Stock Exchange, when I visited one day in school, back in the days, when you went in the back, it showed the people that would cart around the thing, they actually wore steel-toed boots like that they would put on top, because if one of those fucking bricks dropped on your toe, done.
You're destroyed.
Done.
It's incredibly soft, but what I'm saying was we found gold. We put value in it. So much value that we made money worth gold. Gold gold was what we traded, and they were like, this is too valuable to have in everyone's hands all the time. Put it in the bank.
Thievery and shit.
The bank was like, all right, well, we have your gold. What do you want us to give you in exchange for this gold that we're saving for you? Like, give me money.
Money, currency.
Currency backed by gold. But now it's not that at all. So like the idea of what gold was, if you spin it on its head, is what Bitcoin is. Gold came out of nowhere and we put a value to it, and then we proved that it was valuable, technically, air quotes.
Well, yeah, because enough people said, okay, that's
Gold
a
is
thing I
valuable.
want, and you want this, I'll trade you your gold for this. So I'm putting value to it because you have something, and apparently what this gold thing that I have is very valuable and you want
All
it.
hearsay.
It's literally just faith.
Yeah. Our faith is what made gold valuable. The opposite is what makes Bitcoin valuable, I think.
Not valuable, but
The proof that the fact that we can prove that it is worth something. It's the total opposite of gold in my head. But they both represent the same thing. It's magic in the stock market.
see, now here's my thing. I want to know if anybody has ever experienced this qualm. I don't know if it's the right word for this, but I'm going to use it anyway. When you first heard about Bitcoin, did you think of it as a stock? Did you even know it was going to be a stock or something like that? When I first heard of Bitcoin, it was a currency. It's like, oh, Bitcoin is like money, basically. Money. It was like equals money. Like that's what it was. But technically, since we haven't got to that point where every single fucking person wants Bitcoin and everyone's just like, give me Bitcoin for this product, give me Bitcoin for my beer, give me Bitcoin for my drugs. Cheers. It's technically not a currency, but it's a commodity. Would you say that?
Yeah. It's a trade good.
It's virtual, but it's technically still a commodity.
Yeah. Currency is a commodity.
What is a commodity? Can you just look up the definition of that? By the way, if I ever ask for definitions from people in general, so people know, I don't ask because I don't think that you know what the word means. I actually just like to know what the dictionary definition is because you may have actually been explaining it correctly, but it's nice to know the actual dictionary definition.
Commodity is a raw material or primary agriculture product that can be bought and sold, such as copper or coffee.
So it wouldn't be considered a commodity then?
Because it's not physical.
Okay. But it has the attributes of it because it's basically like a thing.
It's limited amount.
It has all the qualifications on paper. Yo, first Telemarketer Shot. Actually, this is our second. You're going to see, I'm going to have a first episode uploaded. It's going to be episode 000. We got a thing called Telemarketer Shot. So every time you hear that phone go off and it's a telemarketer, you're going to hear this sound. And then we're going to take some shots. And coincidentally, what do we got today? We do the same thing? Want to do the same thing?
Are we finishing with one bottle or are we just rotating
We
until
just-
they're all gone?
Let's rotate.
All right. We did whiskey on the episode you guys haven't seen yet.
Episode 000.
In the vault. Shouts out to Dr. Stoners.
Dr. Soners, feature sponsor.
What do you call it when you buy the sponsor?
When you buy this one?
Just like, you're a customer, huh?
I'm just a customer.
I'm just a customer. I'd like to be sponsored, though. We would love to be sponsored. Dr. Stoner, shout out to you.
I got some cool shot glasses coming too.
Nice.
They look like shotgun shells.
Nice.
I accidentally sent them to Michelle by accident.
Not nice. That's not where we are.
Yeah, because alright, so okay, gonna get into a little bit of deep stuff. We're gonna get into more Bitcoins and stocks and stuff in general, because this is something I do want to keep talking about and learning for myself. He's not like a fucking genius on it. I just want to know from his perspective.
I just think about it.
Yeah, he probably thinks about it a little more than I do. But in general, it is something I want to know about. I know that because I'm treating it like a stock now, that's where I can be like, okay, cool. This is something that I want to get into because I know at least stocks is not going anywhere any fucking time soon. Stocks is money.
Unless the company wishes what?
They can't take out the dollar.
Can you close Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin is not a company. So can Bitcoin go bankrupt? Like, how does that work?
See, if you know something like that, there's a question like that maybe someone that might know.
Comment down below.
I would love that. What are they gonna say? Gotta do our shot.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To the telemarketers.
Telemarketers, thank you. Keep spamming. Tasty. And you can taste a little bit of the herbiness too.
Dr. Swan is pretty good, man.
So, all right, we're gonna go into our next little bit. This should be fun. This is gonna be called "What Did I Miss?" Show me what I missed, Noel.
What did I miss?
Okay, so basically, a small introduction to this segment. It's gonna be because I thought of it because I recently, and you'll find out the reasons why eventually. But I recently deleted all my social media, not Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Probably should delete LinkedIn or whatever. I don't even know that anyway.
LinkedIn.
Yeah, this is a professional social
Yeah.
media. So because of that, Noel, like me and Noel while we would send videos and shit back and forth, memes, videos, stuff like that, and it was great. It was always good fun. But since deleting my social media, he's gone in the habit of just being like, oh, look at this when he's next to me. Now I told him to save that. We'll make it into a segment called YERRRRR, and you can just show me a bunch of shit that you would have sent me throughout the week or day or whatever.
Are they gonna be able to see it?
Yeah, and that's another thing too. I'm gonna try to actually edit it. To the best of my ability, I'm gonna try to edit it to make sure I can include all the little videos that I'm seeing. It obviously would be really cool.
All right. It's been so long.
Oh, okay. That one I'm not gonna show.
All right, is this one offensive? Would you be happy if he was talking to you about your people's cuisine like this?
What's up, man? What are you eating? What is this? Shamuta wrap. What shamuta wrap?
Shawarma?
That's what he said. She's a
Shamuta.
Shawarma. Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure
He said my English is different than yours. Yeah, shamuta is an insult.
It's an insult in like Jordan.
Yeah, a Mediterranean language. Charmuta is not.
I'm pretty sure I'll do that for my friend that was from Jordan.
No, I love that. He's so innocent. He's like, I enjoy it. It's good. Yo, how about this shamuta rap? Like, bro, did they tell you that that's what it's called?
Make sure you're saving these too, so I can try to find them after.
Definitely.
Maybe do the best of my ability. I'm sure as time goes, I'll be better with that stuff. So if I don't get it right away, too bad. It'll be there eventually. What else you got? What I miss?
How New Yorkers don't put anyone on to anything. You just ask your friend, hey, where'd you get that amazing pizza from? You took a picture of pizza, you put it up on Instagram, looks delicious. Where's that? My dick.
You know what the answer is? Looks good, right? That's why I asked.
You posted on your snap last night. Look fire. Like some spot uptown, bro. Like I don't even want 20 heads knowing about like some spot uptown, bro. You got that match from? Nah, bro. Some website, bro. Some site, bro. Word, some website. What site? Nah, chill.
Bro, is he talking about a dating website?
Chill.
He's a match.
Nah, I'm just saying, bro. I'm trying to keep it low key. What song is that? Some unreleased buddy, bro. It's fire, right?
You can't even tell me the music you're listening to?
Nah, bro.
Nah, you good shit. You wait for it. So,
Bro, how you another man riding another nigga dick, bro? Get off my dick, bro. Fall back, my nigga. You only want this shit because you see me with a nigga. You eat something else tonight, bro. You don't want this shit, bro. You're not hungry, bro.
bro, I'm not even hungry.
Now I am protesting food because fuck you and my feelings.
You understand?
Wow.
You understand? And then people were like, Noel, why are you so defensive all the time? Why are you ready to attack people? Because my best friends attack me. Also, growing up in the hood, snapping on each other was pretty fun.
Yeah, no, New York is a different beast. If you grow up in New York,
Like the inner city of New York.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about
the New York City. We know
Poughkeepsie.
Yeah, not that. When you grow up there, and I don't mean like even just the other year. I was in Harlem for like 3 years, from 19 to 21, and just in general, it doesn't matter where you are in New York. If you don't develop it, either or both, either a thick skin or jokes or the ability to snap back quickly, you just won't have a good time.
Will not enjoy yourself at all.
At least roll with the punches if you can't dish it back. But New York, it's fucking ruthless when it comes to that. I always felt like I fucking prepared myself for all the different things that you're gonna fucking hear about after New York, because I left New York in 2017, bro. I thought about that the other day. Somebody asked me. I left 2017, bro. I never went back. At least to live. I did go back, but I ended up, you know what would be really nice? If you could tell me to do my posture. You can't. Oh, comment fix your posture for my next episode.
You will watch these videos and you
I'm
will
gonna start.
see
I think I'm gonna start
how
being like,
bad your posture is. Or just people don't understand how bad their posture are in general until they see themselves. Right? Yeah.
But I've seen it. I've seen it in reflections. Oh my god, when I used to work in the city, bro, I'd be walking in the city and see my reflection. I'm like, oh my god, what are you doing, you hunchback of Norwich fucking retard? I'm like, yo, what is this? Why was I walking like that? It was disturbing. Yeah, it looked really disturbing.
I feel that I tend to have I don't have good posture. I tend to have better posture than most, I think because I'm short. Like, I'm constantly just like, I'm up here with you guys. Like, just a little bit. It's like a subconscious thing.
Alright, so now my news. I got 2 pieces of news about Greece. One from my friend who does my taxes, Amy.
The country, not the substance.
Not the substance. And the other one came via email.
Okay.
From this like travel website, and it was good news.
From both sources.
No, the first one was definitely not good news, and she knows it wasn't good news. The second one, from the email, they obviously need to make it seem like it's good news. They didn't realize who got this fucking news.
Mm-hmm.
So the first piece of news is residents in Greece cannot leave their house if they're not vaccinated. So
wait, you can't leave your house, your domicile?
So he didn't get it when I first said it because it's just like a weird thing to say. But then when he was like, wait a minute. So see what I'm saying? If you're a resident of Greece and you do not get vaccinated, you're not allowed outside your house or you get fined.
So how do you get vaccinated?
Well, yeah, obviously I'm sure they'll do something like that. But like once if it keeps being a thing where you're not vaccinated, I'm sure it's some way somehow. I don't know about the logistics. All I know is that my friend Jeannie's dad is in Greece, and she said that if you are not vaccinated, you cannot leave your house. I don't know how they're obviously I don't know how they're forcing it and stuff. But just even knowing that that's the thing is like really hard to hear.
Yeah, we're not anti-vaxxers, by the way.
I'm not anti-vaxxer at all. I'm anti whatever the fuck's been going on these days. You'll hear eventually not who my sources are, but I know some people that are really fucking smart, and some of them are in different positions that would like know more things than I would. And I've heard some shit. When I first said a few things, they were kind of calling me crazy, and then I've gotten contacted by them saying, "Man, this is not the greatest." So it's deeper than just saying anti-vax and pro-vax. There's a lot of gray area, and I'm more in that. But the second piece of news was I got an email from my travel saying, "Guess what? Guess what Greece is allowing? You can come visit if you're vaccinated." So now, unless I get something that I don't agree with, that I think is going to harm my body, I cannot go to my home country.
I just want to wait. Remember when everybody was putting baby powder all over themselves? It turned out it was talcum powder.
Talcum powder, that.
Not good for you.
Do you remember cigarettes? Remember there used to be doctors back in the day?
What was the name of that company that did that?
What?
The baby powder company.
I just saw this stuff.
What's the name of the baby powder company? You guys got it? I'll tell you right now. They're doing a vaccine. You got it? Johnson & Johnson.
Oh, I was gonna say that.
Johnson & Johnson. That's right.
Why didn't I say that?
I'm not saying I'm an anti-vaxxer. It's just a little concern.
Just like GMOs and that come from. But where do they come from? Like the pesticide part of GMOs, not all GMOs, but what one real big part of GMOs is that they make a plant, a genetic modified plant, to withstand this particular chemical that kills off the bugs but not the plant. That is modifying its actual DNA to be able to withstand this chemical. So who makes this? Who does all this? You start looking back into the history, and some people know this, and a lot of people don't. It's Agent Orange that used to be used back in the day in warfare. Warfare was made by the same company that makes GMOs. I think Monsanto. I think if I'm not mistaken, either them or some other. Whoever made Agent Orange then is not making our pesticides that we consume. So you make with that what you will. When I heard that, it didn't comfort me very much.
Yeah, that's like the I forget the scientist, but the guy who figured out how to get carbon from air, and he single-handedly like saved people from starving to death because he made crops survive. He was also like, I'm pretty sure he was like gas chambering people in Germany. So like he won a Nobel Peace Prize, but he was also committing acts
Nobel Peace Prize. That's
crimes against humanity, I believe they're called.
Nobel Peace Prizes are funny too.
We'll get into all this fun stuff.
Yeah, no, because it's funny because like, you know what, I'm gonna use this as a way to like talk, because the one reason for this whole podcast in general was that I want to be able to talk about things because I no longer have an outlet. I don't have my Twitter where I can just randomly fucking do my shit, my little random thoughts. I don't have my Instagram where I can post things. I have my Instagram. If anybody that knows me that sees this, or very rare chance that you'll actually have maybe followed me, but you're conscious on Instagram that my handle used to have. I used to fucking. Hey, oh, shots.
Yo, that's Drunken Sailor. How appropriate.
What's drunken
What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? That's that shit right there.
I had my Instagram where it was a nice little community where I would post something. My thing was to learn and share as I go. So I learned something, I share it, I learn more, I keep sharing, and I just kept doing that. I did that since 2000, I want to say 14 maybe, and it was fun. It was really fun, but it got to a point where we're gonna take these shots and get into the details of that some other time.
To the telemarketers.
Telemarketer.
May you eventually stop calling me.
Okay. Ha ha. Cool. Oh, I am to show you something, Noel.
What were you just saying?
About my Instagram.
Oh, okay.
I said some stuff. I don't know what I said.
He's gonna get things off his chest.
Oh, by the way, you know what's a good thing? You ever see us, not see or hear, I guess both, or if you can't do one or the other, sorry. But in general, if there's like something that we trailed off on that we didn't actually cover, or maybe you see something on the board over here, there's gonna be times where we like don't cover something that we have on the board, comment it, like, hey,
let us know.
You were saying something and then you took a shot and you fucking forgot, some shit like that. Like just now, I don't know exactly what I was saying, but if it was important or if you're interested, comment and I'll bring it back up.
Yeah, he's definitely more of a spaz, but
yeah,
both of us lose track of what we're saying because we get lost in new thoughts.
Okay, Okay, you ready? You ready? Wait. April 10th? Oh my god, this was a week ago, almost to the day. Wow. April 10th, 2011.
Wow.
This is my-
Why do you?
This is my first tattoo.
I understand that's what it is. It's his first tattoo.
If you're worrying about the curve thing, little bend, is because I actually have just a little bit.
Wow.
I was trying to.
He's trying to show his abs, but in
I'm
reality,
I'm gonna put it up. You don't worry.
I love this guy, right? He's one of my best friends, right? Why do you look like a girl who just finished her testosterone replacement? Like you just fully grew your beard in. Like you could tell me that right there used to be a female. And I'd be like, okay, I could kind of see it.
I just want you to know that I only recently gained my confidence. So.
I mean, he's a cute guy.
Oh, this is so bad.
That jawline is serious though, I'll tell you that.
You know what's really funny though? I remember seeing when I first saw this, something that I can get into like
It was really
wise.
lovely. Speaking
It's
of
horrible.
posture, the posture in this photo is trash.
What's really funny about this?
Is that your ears are tucked into your hat.
They did do that. It was a cool thing to do back then. It was a cool thing to do. Cool thing to do. Fuck, I did do that.
Okay, you were saying.
So anyway, but what was funny is that when I first found this picture,
You gotta take it down. I can't stop staring at it. It's so
I know.
bad. I'm noticing, why are you in front of the spice cabinet?
It's a mirror.
Is the whole...
That's a mirror.
Oh!
That is my. The phone is on my spice cabinet.
Because I see Goya.
Yeah, I got some adobo.
Fucking love adobo. Adobo is classic.
So when I first came across this picture 4 days ago, whatever, I remember seeing it. I was just like, okay, so if I see a male that's good looking, I have no problems whatsoever saying, oh, it's a good looking male. I've even said guys are hot.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
But I might
kiss
think I was
him.
mouse teller. Maybe. Just
I'll
like,
give a guy a solid hug.
but so when I saw this, I was like, oh, this is not a bad looking. Like this down clearly, we're not.
You're a good looking guy.
I was like, when I was looking
If
at
you
this,
just
I
have
was
like
that's
the
not bad.
head and the bicep, like
But-
this, just the head and bicep,
Not so
it's
bad.
fine. That's not bad.
Right? It's okay. But
He could possibly
Bro.
start auditioning for Magic Mike in a
bro,
couple
I'm
years.
telling you right now, this time,
Mhm.
I'll be the least confident ever.
Really?
Yeah, because like, okay, not because of the fact that I
Take
did,
that
I
away,
was,
people.
Yeah.
The best looking he actually was is the least confident he was in reality.
because I had gone from being fat like 3 or 4 times in my life already
Fat
at this
Demetrius.
point, and I'm going up and down. So I finally looked like this.
Sad nature.
But because of all my experience prior, I didn't feel confident because all attention from females. I didn't really like. If I ever talked to anyone, I was fine. But like, I just never got I never got like. I don't like to make moves like that. So I just do my thing, and I never found that kind of attraction from females. It's weird. I was just like, man. And I always thought it was because I was fucking ugly. And I don't think I'm fucking hot, but I'm looking at this motherfucker. I'm like, oh, it's not so bad. What was I complaining about?
If I knew a girl who was dating that guy, I'm like, alright, not a slouch.
You could have done better, but it's not bad. Like, you
Wow,
didn't
that
sound-
wouldn't be my first comment.
Oh no.
You could probably buy him a smaller hat would be the first thing I say.
But yeah, so there's mine from the archives.
And why does he stand like that? Trying to show off your R&B.
Hello, and he's back.
You got the little love trail. I see you, B. Or I see you, D.
I see you, D. So that's I just wanted to show that picture to him and to you guys. We're gonna do that segment from now on because you know why I thought of this? You're gonna be showing me memes and stuff that you keep seeing like throughout like from the last like week or day and stuff like that. I was like, oh, I can just show you fucking things from the back in the days, bro. I found some shit.
Yeah, I don't have many photos from back in the day.
Doesn't matter. I have some
Doesn't
shit.
have photos.
Bro, I have memory cards, and every time I have a phone, I always like throw my on memory cards. I have shit from you from like 10 years ago. I have shit from Will, Bijou.
This is 2 pieces.
So many things. No, it's not. Prove it.
This is like disconnected right there.
But this is the spanner wrench.
But the spanner wrench is 2 pieces. Sorry, this is a tangent.
I don't agree with that
I think that is 2 pieces. Why is it aluminum and red? Or why is it silver and red?
because it's color. I don't know, man.
Because they just painted that one part like that?
And then you're coming to that conclusion because all of these are one color. This is one color. This is 2 of these 2 put together. So easily 100% has to be that this comes
That is 2. I don't know if it comes apart, but I think technically that's a 2-piece thing. So that's why they.
I'll look it up. Before the episode tomorrow, I'll have looked this up on like the Raw website or something, and I'll see if I can find a 12th piece. We'll find out. So another segment that we're gonna segue into, even though we don't have a segue, that would be cool.
Is what? Like, we're going to rate dudes if they're hot or not?
No.
Because this is right off the
Do you remember
backbone of that.
hotandhot.com? I remember that.
What's that?
You remember hotandhot.com?
No.
Bro.
I remember E-Bomb's World.
No, this is way worse. This is not even the same.
Stick
This
that.
is literally like these guys. I'm pretty sure it was guys that just like went and just found pictures of girls just from every fucking where. All like this like Facebook, like MySpace. I think it was probably mostly like MySpace and
MySpace,
shit.
yeah.
They just uploaded it on a website. website and it was like a slideshow thing, but you saw one picture. Picture would come up, hot or not. You press a button. You press whichever one. Next one, hot or not. And then it was a rating. You just rated the girls, and then you would see the percentages.
That's so fucked up,
bro. It is. This is like.
Yo, that would be canceled in a second today.
I know. We're talking about what is this like? I don't know if someone can remember this, but it was like 2000. I'm gonna say it can't be more than like 5 or some shit like that.
But the messed up part of it is that they didn't put themselves into this.
Probably not, unless they did want because they wanted to see because technically it was still anonymous. There wasn't like information about these people. It was literally just pictures, and anyone that went to this website, I don't know, rated it just kept going. It was
did you ever see anyone you knew?
I don't know. I mean, I personally, I only remember knowing about it because it was like a big thing. I went on to, of course, a couple of times to see what it was, but then like past that, it was more like a
novelty thing.
Yeah, okay, that was the right word because I was thinking of that, but I wasn't sure if it was the right word. Yeah, it was more like a novelty thing. I just went on and
just like for the experience.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what's really funny? That just reminded me of something.
What?
That I also wanted to ask you about. Remember that? I'm sure people know about this. The Omegle. I don't know how to say it. It's the OMG or the random chatting thing. It's like the chat roulette, but the newer one.
Omegle?
I don't know how to say it or even spell it.
I've never been on it. I think I know what you're talking about. It's the newer version of chat roulette.
Remember we were talking about that the other day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you go on that?
Do you remember when
Have you been doing this?
No, just once. Listen.
No, just once. Okay.
It's really funny because you were involved in this.
I was?
Yes! Do you remember when you went to the wedding?
Yes.
I was by myself. I was just like, okay, I want to see what this is about. What can be like a not weird thing that I can do with somebody random? I was like, all right, I rolled something. I was like, let me see who, because you just see so many random things. And thankfully, I didn't see any dicks. Somehow, some way. I remember chat roulette.
They were there.
I did that a couple times.
They were there.
Bro, you literally, and you actually got some girls too sometimes. And not just girls, you also got some just like normal things, but like it was literally dick. Maybe dick, normal person, dick. It was so bad. So bad.
I think I went on it once and I saw
and that. Because of that, I was like, nope. I was like, that's not a good role for me. If it was like,
I don't want to speak to the world.
Maybe a dick, like, I don't know.
If this is what the world is like on the internet,
nope.
Which is what I expected. It's to be expected.
So but it just before I tell you more, because I was gonna get to the good part. I wanted to hear.
Subscribe to our Patreon.
We don't have a Patreon.
We
might get one
eventually. When you listen to this,
since we're gonna
subscribe to it.
We're definitely not gonna have it when you listen to this. This is the bro and A part. This is where we talk. This is where we talk.
Uh-huh.
So
you're not gonna finish.
I am, because the reason why I'm not gonna finish because I got a phone call from you while I was doing this. Oh good, 420. I mean not 420 yet.
420 was approaching.
I got a phone call from you while I was on it, and it was what was happening. I was just like, why of this? Why now? First of all, what I want to know from you is because I didn't ask you this because I purposely didn't ask you, and I hate that we have to wait so long. But how did the weekend go? I want you to tell me how the wedding weekend went.
The wedding was interesting.
So this is what I know. You guys left. I got a phone call that day around whatever time it was, 8, 9. And you came back the next day at some point. So fill me in. How was it?
It was so right now currently we are living in Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama. That sounds so weird to say out loud.
Bro, it still does sound weird.
And why are we here? We're from New York City, Brooklyn.
Everyone from Alabama thinks it's weird. Everyone from New York thinks it's even weirder.
It's even further weirder when they hear that I moved from LA, Hollywood, to come here. Anyways, we'll talk about that another episode. But we're here in Alabama, invited to a wedding because my girlfriend is a manager and the other manager is getting married, and I guess they're friends, so I'm invited by way of being her date. Right, so it's a 2-hour drive through Alabama. It was kind of nice. There is a lot of cows. There are a lot of cows.
Really?
In Alabama.
Really?
I feel like beef must be a major export in this state because I've driven all over the country. I've driven across the country 3 times now.
And that wasn't such a thing.
That was not such a thing. People have crops, but people don't have beef like that. Like, there was a lot of beef. Like,
oh, wait, you saw cows out?
Cows just chilling,
in
bro.
New Zealand?
Free range.
In New Zealand, that's how you saw the cows.
Yeah, just out. They were chilling. I was happy to see it.
That was good, yeah.
I was happy to see it.
So happy.
And you could see that the grass plains were like sectioned off in acres so that like this acre was almost eaten all the way down and then the next one was flourishing the grass. And it was like, these must be really good grass-fed beef out here. But we get there, and there's like a huge lake. Beautiful lake reflecting off the sun. Yeah, because it was storming that day. Remember that?
Yes.
It was like torrential, like crazy
That
downpour.
was the time. Yeah, that was a really bad story.
We leave and it just clears up and becomes a beautiful day. And we get there, we get changed. It's a dingy ass hotel.
Really?
Oh, it's the kind of hotel that you pull up to and all the doors that everyone's staying in is open and their cars parked right in front of their room. You know what I mean? Like a motel.
Oh yeah, like in Utah.
Yes.
Like Utah.
Yes, where you could walk by and see into someone's hotel room, essentially, which is not a thing I'm used to. Maybe somewhere in the world it's normal. I'm not part of that situation. So I realized that we're not staying at the hotel with everybody else because I guess Anna found a cheaper place, and it makes sense why it was cheaper. Because it was definitely way worse. Way more worse. And anyways, so we check in. It's ran by Indians. It's nice. We asked them for an iron.
Not Native American.
No, not natives. Even though they are out. Have you seen them?
Yeah. Oh, I know one. I'm kind of cool with this one guy that.
There's natives in Alabama.
Yeah, he I forgot what his name was.
Maybe out in America.
He frequent them. Yeah. And it's crazy, bro. That he tells stories and he's just like he's literally like an Indian. He's like Indian.
Yeah, my name is fucking Wolfpaw and shit. Yeah. Anyway, so we get changed, and this is when I realized how bad the hotel is because I feel so awkward walking around in this place. Fully like vest, button down, slacks, dress shoes, a chain, belt, the watch. It was everything. The ensemble was immaculate, right? So we drive to the wedding. We're kind of late because we couldn't find it.
Really?
It's at a retirement center, and it's right on the water. It's beautiful. We go sit down. We immediately sit down on the wrong side. I said that my girl's a manager, right? And she's friends with another manager. The other manager is the wife of the couple that's getting married. And we sat on the groom's side, who I learned on the drive there is a police officer.
Nice.
After having rolled 3 blunts for anyone who says anything. You said what? You want a what?
That was my advice.
You said what? Boom.
Go, got it.
One for you, one for you, one for me. Let's go. COVID. Ready? None of that happened. I smoked all of them to my face. Because it was a cop's wedding. So we pull up, I'm high as fuck, we sit on the wrong side. I realize we're sitting on the wrong side because everyone's looking at us. And I don't think anything of it because it's Alabama, so the whole, this whole side was white. When we first sat down, everyone was white, right? But then as it fills in, I see a black couple on this side. I see an old Filipino lady over there.
Oh no.
I'm like, that's the side we were supposed to be on.
Oh no.
We're on the wrong side. We're sitting in someone's seats right now, I'm pretty sure. Nobody sits in, because I guess people don't show up. COVID, whatever. It's weird. They get married. It's beautiful. This is the first wedding I've ever been to. It was kind of short. It was straight to the ceremony. Ceremony was right away. Then they go in. They introduce everybody after we sit at our tables. The food was good. The best thing was they had seafood, gumbo, and rice.
Really? That
I was
gumbo?
like, that's nice. Seafood,
Okay.
gumbo, and rice, Alfredo, a good spread. But it wasn't out for long. It was out for like an hour, which is not what I would want.
Oh, that was the cocktail thing, right? Or no? The dinner?
That's dinner.
Really?
It was really short. It was really short. Like, having gone to her wedding, I now know what I want my wedding to be like. Anyways, it was good. It was nice. People were there. People were dressed nice. All the groomsmen were dancing when they got introduced. Everyone says their piece. Congratulations to husbands. Congratulations to the wife. Dance with the dad. Dance with the mom. And then it gets to like, all right, celebration time. And the whole groom's party leaves. Everyone on his side pretty much leaves.
Oh, come
The
on.
groom wasn't even really there. He did like a dance or two.
And you said the groom was a white guy, right?
The groom was, yeah, it doesn't really matter, but what really matters is he was a cop, I think.
Yeah.
He just,
Sorry, you could have still fucking partied.
yeah, this was my point that I've been telling everybody is I feel like I have applied to be a sheriff. I don't think I want to be a cop now. But if I was a cop, I would have made it a point to be like, hey, I'm clocked off. I'm not a cop right now. I am fun. You drink. Hey, you're 14. Drive that car. Like do whatever you want. I don't care.
Not wrong right now.
I want to prove that I'm not like this all the
And
time.
then unfortunately, you know why it probably wouldn't have worked? Because some people would be like, oh, you're a cop.
Yeah.
You should be helping. Blah, blah, blah.
All
And
the
it's just like,
time.
well, I can't get my own time.
Yeah, so I
It
can't
would
be
literally
off the clock
it would,
ever.
It would literally be a lose-lose.
Yeah, it's lose-lose, right? So I don't think I want to do that. But anyways, nobody dances.
That's trash.
I'm the only guy there, and I have to dance. I end up dancing most of the night. But the way I go about parties is I'll eat, I'll mingle, I'll drink, I'll dance. I'll come back and drink, I'll mingle, I'll dance. I'm not on the dance floor the whole night. I bust out 2-3 moves, I'm cooling it. Oh man, he's got some moves. He's gone. Oh, look at Noel. Loose leaf, right? That's what happens. But this night, I had to do the electric slide.
You
I was carrying everything.
You were carrying the reception.
Everybody started dancing eventually. Abby's friends, which was the wife, her friends were all from the East Coast, Chicago, Florida. They were having a ball. They were dancing like crazy. All their husbands were dancing too. They were like becoming friends with me because I was the only guy at the wedding.
Partying.
At the wedding. It's not a house party. It's not a prom. Someone got married here forever. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times. Come on. No. I think he went to go smoke cigars and drink brandy or something. I don't know. Maybe his version of fun. Maybe that's him. I don't know him. But I was highly offended that no one danced.
That's crazy.
Like, I understand that some people danced. It was her group of friends, but it still was nobody dancing. It was not enough. You could tell that it was like 6 couples on the dance floor dancing, and it was like upset. But then we planned because it was dying down early. It was like 9 o'clock, 8:30. It died down. They're like, all right, we're gonna go change, and then we'll go bowling. We go home at 8:30 or something like that. I change, I relax, I smoke, I eat. 10 o'clock comes, they're still not changed. I fall asleep. 10:30, they're like, yo, we're here. What's up? Oh, Noel fell asleep. So now that's my story. I'm the guy who fell asleep after the wedding, right? That's my story.
That's it.
That's the end of the night.
That was it.
That was it. And then I wake up the next day and we have breakfast at Cracker Barrel. It was weird being around that many old people and not having a mask on.
And they were all okay with it, obviously.
Some old people had their mask on,
really?
But I would look at them and they would look at me and we would like have like that moment.
But they also were looking at you for other reasons.
Yeah, of course. We're in Alabama. I know what it is.
I promise you, the lack of the mask was the least of the problem.
Yeah, they're probably just like, huh? What is that?
Wow. So, at one point, since you had no dog, no kids, no responsibilities, at what point did the hanky pinky have? No point?
Oh, by the way, there is no alcohol. Beer and red and white wine. Light beer, Bud Light, Miller Light.
This is our first episode of a podcast. We've taken 2 shots and already had a beer.
And we've smoked weed.
We've done more mind things during this hour than that fucking wedding.
Yeah.
So, you called me when? Probably when you left the
I
wedding.
don't remember calling
You don't remember calling me?
at all. So tell me how this went.
You son of a... And he doesn't even remember calling me! Okay, so...
So this whole Omegle thing is it's news to me.
Yes,
I don't remember any
I was
of
fucking
it.
holding it in. And I didn't say anything to you on the phone, because I was not trying to make it... Okay, it doesn't matter. Just listen.
Okay.
So I'm already on this for like maybe 10 minutes or so. So I remember I said to you that I rolled something. I was like, what's something weird that I can do with somebody random? And I thought, smoke with somebody. So I rolled something. I had it in the shot, and I was just what you do is like you press escape to siphon through to go to someone else. If you don't want to see what you're seeing, just press escape and it recycles.
Okay.
That's how it works.
Escape
it's
is the
literally
next
just
one.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I'm doing that, and I get obviously some weird shit and some like things that
Dicks?
I did. No, there wasn't any dicks actually, but there was like things I didn't care about.
You
Like,
sound
it'd
disappointed.
be like, guys,
Were you disappointed?
no, I'm very glad, bro. Chat roulette scarred me. That's probably the main reason why I didn't do this shit ever.
Alright.
But
Sound disappointed though. Comment down below if you think he sounded disappointed.
I'm not disappointed. I'm okay with it. So then all of a sudden, I get these 2 girls that are from Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
And they are both very attractive and speak enough English that we're having a conversation. We're starting the conversation. I was like, hey, some way, somehow, it didn't just like switch me off because I didn't even think that they were going to stay on. But I started by saying the truth. I was just like, oh, hey. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I was like, this is just...
The first time I'm doing
This is like the first time I'm doing this. And they were like, oh, it's our first time too. I was like, yeah, right. You're just saying that. She's like, no. They're like, no, we're serious. It's the first time. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, cool. I was like, do you smoke? And she was like, oh, she's like, I don't, but she does. And then as soon as she said that, I was like, oh, that's so cool. I'm going to light this. I started lighting it, and then this motherfucker calls me. I would not get off the fucking phone. And I'm trying not to make it obvious. So let's pretend this is my laptop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying not to make it obvious because they're seeing me. They're seeing me on the phone. I was just like, what's like doing shit like that. I was like, I was like, no, everything's, bowling. Yo, and then finally, it was like right before you hung up, I look over, they escaped and refreshed, and I was like, you motherfucker!
Don't remember it at all. moment didn't matter to me.
As soon as that happened, I was just like, that was my moment to have some kind of normal fun on that shit. No, that sound fun. I probably did it for a couple of times, but I was just like, I'm over it. I'm like, you motherfucker, this is my prime chance. There's 2 girls.
I called right at the moment.
Right there.
You should have just hung up on me. Why didn't you just hang up on me?
I wanted to, but I'm taking care of your dogs. I didn't
So what
want
does
you
that
to be
mean?
Scared.
I'm fine.
You were not fine. Did you call? Okay, when you did call me, whether you fucking remembered it or not, do you think you called because you were worried about my well-being or the dogs? Even though technically that day was probably one of the worst days of my life because my second father died.
I was probably calling because of that, which I wanted to bring up.
We might bring it up a little bit today. I don't really want to talk about it today. I wanted to wait until like after the 420 episode.
After 420?
Yeah, because I don't want to talk about it tomorrow. I'm gonna cry so much. I don't want to talk about it. Like literally like less.
Okay.
It's just because I know it's gonna be hard.
If you want
I
to
want to
talk
have a lot of
about
fun. I want to have a lot of fun.
how his second dad died, that's so many breadcrumbs right there.
Yeah.
If you want to find out how his second dad died,
Well, he knows. Everyone knows how. Maybe apparently.
no one knows who he is yet.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't even said it. So if you want to find out how his second dad died, subscribe to the Patreon.
Oh my god.
Comment down below that you want to subscribe to the Patreon.
Okay, we have 3 minutes. Before this 3 minutes is up, I need you better. See, I don't even know if you're going to be able to do this. Because you probably didn't do it. You have any questions for me, Noel? For the question and answer time, the bro and answer time, which is, that's what we've been doing.
Yo, I have so many questions.
But you should probably reference your notes, right? Because you probably have so many, like, you're like, want to figure out which is the best one.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Start with the question, hey, why do you want to do this podcast?
That's a good question.
You had that one, right?
That's right here. That's number 1. Why did you do this? Why did you want to do this podcast? I don't have anything written, and if I did, number 1 wouldn't be that question.
But I'm gonna answer it.
It's a good question.
It is a good question because the reason why it's a good question is because it's an introduction. So why not make it one of the questions? You know, first episode.
How did you know that I don't prepare at all ever for anything?
Answer my question.
How did you know that? Hey, you ready for that interview for that big job you're about to get, Noel? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you prepare? Oh,
Nope.
Just gonna go.
So, if you want to get more beers, it's up to you. I'll start the story.
Go for it.
Answer. Oh, actually, I can start now. You don't give a fuck. So, why I wanted to do it was, so it's called Therapy Sesh. It's called Therapy Sesh, right? And I feel like many people have told me that, you know, why don't you do therapy? Like, just because, you know, I've been through some shit and just people, just in general. It's not like just a me thing. I've recommended it to people before. And I've done it when I was younger. I've been in therapy, but I wanted to do something non-traditional, unorthodox, if you will. And I wanted to do something that I wanted to build a community that other people could benefit from it too. So we're going to be talking about some deep shit, and we want to get to the point, and I'm sure Noel's going to agree too, where we want to get to the point where other people are comfortable opening up about things that they may have gone through and things like that, because it'll be like silly of us to expect other people to open up when we start having guests.
Yeah, without us.
And then we didn't say anything. It's just like, I'm sorry, why do you want me to tell you anything? It's like, no, like, this is personal shit. But with the right people, the right community, you know, I think we can build something nice. And that's one of the main reasons that I want to do the podcast. One thing that I was saying that I know I've never told you before, but I have done therapy before. I've done therapy when I was a kid. And because of the shit, you know, where I used to live, I used to grow up upstate New York. And I've done therapy before. What are we at? 421. Shit! Lipstick. I can edit it. I'm gonna put 420. It's fine.
Wow. He's gonna lie to you on the first episode. This is how we're starting it. Rolling out the red carpet for you guys. Lies. I want it to be therapy. Trust me with all your secrets.
Lies.
I'm lighting this at 421. I'm gonna edit it so it looks like 420.
Shots?
Damn it. Sailor boys, you were drunk and sailor in the morning.
So, as Noel prepares our third fucking shot.
We do this at a different time. You think it will matter? You think it will matter? Do they sleep? Do they sleep? Do the demons sleep?
You don't really get phone calls later in the day, right? Or do you?
420 might be a good episode.
I guess we'll find out. So anyway, what was I saying?
We want people to share.
Share.
The reason why we're doing the podcast.
Reason why.
And I'm sure Noel would agree.
Oh, I was the same with my therapy. I've done therapy when I was a kid, and
It's fun therapy. I was getting there. Had to build up the timeline.
so I never. I feel like when people have told me like, oh, you should do therapy or whatever, like I don't think I ever disagree with it, but I've always hated the idea of like finding the right person, because to me, I believe that ex crackhead can probably help a crackhead not be a crackhead, whereas I probably won't be able to have the same luck with a crackhead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like what do you know, my man? Like you don't know what I'm going through.
You kind of have to find someone as broken as you.
Yeah, so like that's kind of like why I feel like I'm just like there's no if I don't know that already, I'm not gonna just and it's just like going through the whole thought process and like that idea of like opening up to someone that just doesn't deserve it, hasn't been through shit. It's just like no. So that's kind of why I've always been like opposed to it. Yeah, but when I thought of the podcast idea, because like I said, like I've said before to him, I feel like we've been fucking preparing for this for like 10 years now. I was just like, wait a minute. My Instagram was kind of like a community thing where I learned and shared and whatever and did all that stuff. I'm no longer down with that shit anymore. I still want to have an outlet. Why not have some kind of therapeutic outlet where we can talk about shit and get to the bottom of things, or even if you don't get to the bottom of things, sometimes just telling your story that you've been through, something you've been through is good for you. And I want to have this be honestly to the point where we really can have people open up about things and let them feel better about things that they've gone through. I feel like that would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, and we have two crazy perspectives for sure.
And honestly, I'm not even kidding you. I really needed a reason to stop spending money on Onlyfans accounts, because like I was in like I was subscribed what?
Onlyfans? Is that what you said?
No. I said YouTube Red. I was subscribed to YouTube Red, and I thought that was a waste of money.
That's way less simp than.
I'm just kidding. I definitely was subscribing because I was like, you know what? I don't care about my money. No, there was actually a lot of deeper reasons why I was doing that. We'll definitely get into that in later episodes. But yeah, I was like, yo, I really need something to do. Like, I need to stop. And like because I have to buy the fucking equipment and things, because I legitimately didn't tell anybody, and people that I would have told initially, like we're gonna tell everyone eventually, but like those initial people that I could have told like initially actually could have funded some of it. Not even funded it because like they would have just given me my stuff. It was my stuff. I already own half the shit that I already bought, but because I wanted to be a personal thing for me and you first. So I wanted to just be me and you. We open up about as much as we can at first, and then we let people in. Obviously, initially, whoever sees this, more than welcome. Shout out to you. Thank you for seeing it. I'm not sure how you even came across it, but that's not the point.
It's not written up there, but I feel we, as the first episode, should give like a brief description of who we are.
My points to the board for that.
Because the board, it's not on the board.
Oh,
it's not there. Between Bro and A and outro, we'll put in description of ourselves.
Hello, world.
Who we are, right? So I am Noel. It's Demetrius.
I am that.
I'm Noel because I'm born on Christmas.
Was that part of the decision?
That's pretty much the decision, yeah.
Like Noel wouldn't have came up if it wasn't for Christmas.
He wanted to call me something else. And then when I was born on Christmas, it gave my mom another foot to stand on of saying no to whatever stupid Spanish name.
Do you remember the name?
I don't know. I don't really know. I'm gonna have to ask my mom to see if she remembers the name.
She'll probably remember.
What's a Puerto Rican name?
Juan.
Hector. Let's say he wanted to call me Hector.
He was gonna be a Hector.
I was gonna be Hector, right? My mom gives, on the day of my birth, let's not talk about this story. We'll talk about the day of my birth story later. So I'm born on Christmas. I'm half Filipino and half Puerto Rican. My mom is Filipino. My dad's Puerto Rican. My dad sold crack because we grew up in New York. He got arrested for selling crack and attempted murder when I was 2. No, when I was 1. He went away for 16 years. And so he wasn't in the picture. I grew up to a single mom, first generation immigrant in New York City by herself. I became a chef after I graduated, after not doing construction for 3 years, trying to be a welder. My mom had...
That's why you live with me for...
Yeah, my mom had a health issue. We'll get to that later. My mom had a health issue in which pulled me out of that, and I became more into a chef. So I've been cooking for... the last year doesn't count, but if you count the last year, 11 years. I've been cooking 11 years professionally. I've worked LA, Maryland, New York, and now Alabama. And I guess that's who I am.
Cool. Now I have a question for you. 1 week ago, maybe 2, maybe less than 2 weeks, you walked into the door. What did I say? We should do a podcast.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
No hello, nothing.
No context.
You opened the door, and I said we should do a podcast. So since that point and to here, why are we here right now? Why did you agree to do all this? How did this all happen?
I guess I'm fine with doing things like this if I'm not the one doing it.
You are doing.
Yeah, but I feel like, all right, I understand I'm here, right?
What does that even mean? Are
I'm
you quitting after this episode?
I'm the most not public person ever.
So this kind of thing, it doesn't seem like something you never would have thought of it yourself.
It's outside my comfort zone. That's why I said yes.
So that's actually probably one of the reasons.
That's one of the reasons why I said yes.
Mm.
And I've always kind of wanted to have a Twitch.
Do you think that you often do things outside of your comfort zone, or not really?
I do. Yeah, I like the idea of challenging myself, seeing if I can do things or not. That's why I like learning. That's one thing that I found out about myself, is that if I am not learning something, I get very upset at like where I'm at in life.
My two favorite things that I've said forever: learning and laughing. My two favorite.
Oh, cool, D.
That's really good.
All right, so let's give a brief.
I can be brief. You're talking about me now, right?
Let's talk about chunks. Like if we had to
Okay.
compile a dossier.
All I'm gonna say
Demetrius,
is starting from
male, this age, like boom, boom, boom.
Demetrius, male. Guess my age.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that would be fun.
That would be fun.
Guess my age, and I will 100% block you if you say anything over 34. Okay? Cool. So what?
Keep your guesses low. Just
Anything over 34, I'll be acceptable.
wow. Okay.
So yeah, no, I was also born in New York. I was born in Long Island, which is like not one of the boroughs, but one of the few places that's actually still considered New York.
You can take a train there.
Yes, you can.
You don't have to cross a bridge.
None of that shit. So
you don't have to learn how to swim or take a boat.
That's where I was born.
To air quotes New York. I'm talking to you, Staten Island. Basically New Jersey. $11.
That's bullshit.
I'm sure it's more now. I'm sure it's 15.
So I was born there, and then
I'm sorry, Staten Island. You guys
shit happened when I was young. You'll find out eventually. Or I guess I really want to act. So, you know what? I'll say I lost my parents when I was 5.5, but I'll say how at a later date.
Wow, you couldn't just leave it at.
No, that's fine, because honestly, like the how is actually a lot more different than the thing happening itself. Because like people have lost their parents, but like when people find out how I lost my parents, it's like a whole different.
Like, you understand, I just painted a Jason Pollock's primary colors thrown against the wall. And this fucking guy is Picassoing his story.
His fucking father. Are you kidding me? That wasn't a part of the picture.
Yeah, but I left it alone.
Anyway,
I left it alone. I didn't get into it.
I'm also leaving it alone. I am gonna skip over it. So anyway, I lost because this matters a little bit, because the reason why it matters because
touche.
Cheers to that.
Touche.
The reason why it does actually matter a little bit though is because of that, up until the age of 8 years old, I was in like 10 different homes since then. So like I didn't have like a normal upbringing. So I was in a whole bunch of different homes. I went upstate New York when I was 8 years old. Then I was there. It was like a group home type thing. I'll get into that other times. And that's where I stayed for about 7 or 8 years. And then after that, I moved to New York City to be with my brother and sister. Huge fucking mistake. Boy, will I get into that.
Can we get broader with the strokes, please? The strokes need to be broader.
And then
get a wider brush.
So we'll skip. I started living with Will at some point.
Wow, when we skipped the South, we skipped like.
I did skip. This is whatever. I was in South Carolina. I whatever. I guess that matters too. I was in South Carolina after.
That's an influence.
After the upstate, and then I went to back to the city, like I was saying. That's where I stayed. I was in Harlem 3 years. That's what rough and toughened me a bit. Harlem was kind of crazy. Then I went to where'd I go? Queens. I was in Queens for a few years. I went to Brooklyn, and then I went and I lived with Will, who is our best friend. He's a piece of shit faggot, and we love him. And I lived with him for like 5 or 6 years. Talking about faggot Will.
Wow.
Lived with him for like 5 or 6 years, and then
that's my best friend, by the way.
and after that, I moved out with my then girlfriend. Then a few years after that, I lost my shit, started traveling, did a whole bunch of shit. Then mad shit happened, COVID, fuck you, fuck me, fuck everything, and here we go. And then I just was like, you know what? I gotta do something. And let's do something.
Let me know down below if you think his strokes were broader.
They were pretty okay. You can say what you want now.
We'll compare times.
You can say what you want now.
His story and my story.
When you hear the fucking stupid fucking stories, not even stupid.
He probably does have more stories though.
You know why? For two reasons. Because one, I've noticed that I just tend to have a really good memory compared to other people. Like Elliot, you know how many things I told Elliot about, and he's like,
oh yeah,
that happened. No,
he doesn't even remember.
Sometimes it takes him a second, and I'm like, oh yeah. Sometimes I swear to God, bro, he's just like, no, I don't remember that. I'm like, bro, you almost killed me.
Yeah, like I
totally literally almost killed me.
I totally don't remember that phone call at all. So
it doesn't count. That was alcohol, and it was like a week ago.
It was light alcohol. I drank so many beers.
Oh, as much fun as we had. How much time did we take?
Oh yeah,
it's a good time.
it's a good amount of time.
Oh, we got it down. Some of the shit.
All the coughing,
right?
all the coughing will be gone. Hopefully, maybe most of it, some of it.
Wow, I'm hot. You took 3 shots. I'm like,
Is that all we took? I feel like we took more than 3 shots.
you know what we should do? We should get. We'll get one more. We'll get one more. Oh, we can talk about something.
So let's talk about it.
The motherfucking fight.
Ben Askren
Bro, come on.
and Jake
Like,
Paul.
I honestly don't even care that much.
He doesn't watch fights. I watch fights more than him.
But like, this was like a whole cross fucking thing because it's YouTube and fucking real
MMA.
MMA. And it's just like it's interesting. But like, this was just like I was more intrigued because I'm just like, oh, I want to know from this fight. I want to know if Jake Paul is actually taking this seriously. I was like, I'll forgive the theatrics. I don't give a fuck about the fucking robot. I don't give a fuck about the weird stretching, which is not weird. That was actually probably great and probably felt great, but like it didn't need to show it. I don't care about any of that. The fact of the matter was, I was like, let me see if this is gonna be serious. But when I saw, what I'm pretty sure I think I saw, which was Ben Askren, who's like not a boxer, so I couldn't expect it too much, but I expected a little bit more. I feel like
he's not a striker.
He's not, but I feel like you could, if it was Nate Robinson, basketball player. Who do you think should strike better? Who do you think should translate better at boxing? A basketball player or someone from MMA? Who would you assume would be a better boxer in translation? Just assume MMA player, right?
Definitely that.
MMA person.
Definitely MMA.
Okay, so that was just my assumption. When and technically, while I've heard of the name from like back in the day, because he just retired recently, right?
Yeah.
So while I heard the name before, I do remember hearing the name. I don't know him like that. I just know that he was like pretty good because I remember from my cousin from those times.
He's a great wrestler.
Yeah,
if you like wrestling, Ben Askren is.
I was like, all right, well, so this is definitely a real fighter. At the very least, he's a real fighter.
If it was a
good fight.
If it was a real fight, it would be different.
Bro, I watched the fight and I was so upset. I was just like, what is this shit, bro? And I was just like, yo, and then he knocked him down. I'm not gonna say he knocked him out. He knocked him down, and then he basically called it. And I was just like, wait, well, what just fucking happened here? And then as soon it was like not even 3 minutes after that shit finished, he was shown walking behind him, just like that, smiling. That's a girl, that's a girl, that's a girl, and that's a girl.
Fucking 5 girls.
Chilling.
2 arms, 5
smiling.
girls.
He just got knocked out from this Jake Paul guy.
Raking in the money.
And I was, as soon as I saw that, I was just like, that's it. There was no way that this wasn't for, and it's like, more power to you. If you found that way to make a bag, cool. But don't pretend that you were like defending MMA and like, yo, I'm gonna show you what's what. No, that's not what you did.
He didn't.
You went and put up a show and got some money.
Yep.
Congratulations on that. I'm not mad at that. It's a good little hustle right there. You were literally retired. You came out, made a couple mil probably, maybe more. I don't know for fucking money, but come on. Like that shit was not. That did not look like he came out of retirement, gave him the best fight he could possibly give him, and still ended up losing. It was a check. Came out.
It was a check.
Got knocked down. Got a check.
But my whole thing is that I knew it was whatever. Because as soon as you ask a wrestler to box you, they're not ready to strike. It's not a thing that they do. But if you really fight a wrestler, he's going to take you to the ground because you don't know how to stop him to take you to the ground. He's going to take you to the ground. He's going to punch you in your face when you can't punch him until he stops or you die.
Yeah, in any other circumstance, I'm sure he could have done it.
But another layer of that is boxing already has an aura of dirty, garbage matches and behind the scenes shit that no one likes. It's the reason why I don't like UFC when it's in New York. We're from New York, bro. Every time UFC is in New York, there's a match with a highly disputed outcome.
Really?
100%. Jessica Duran to me is the first one that comes to my mind. There's plenty. There's probably 3 or 4 of them by now. because UFC does a bunch of them. But there's every time they go to New York, it's like, yo, who's on the tape? Who's getting greased? Someone's making money off this shit. And that's what boxing is to me. It's dirty. And like,
unfortunately,
I used to love boxing. There used to be mad respect on boxing, but now it's not respectable in my mind.
You know what's crazy about that is that I wanted to give Jake Paul the benefit of the doubt that he was taking boxing seriously. Because remember, I even texted you. I was like, yo,
he probably is taking it seriously.
He is taking it seriously, but the fact that it was done in this way, where he picked somebody that actually just probably agreed to go through with it to get the spectacle going.
Yeah.
Like, he could have picked somebody that he actually had a chance of like losing to and still beat. I feel like on paper maybe Ben Askren could have lost him, but the fact that he probably never took it seriously, he was never gonna lose. He was literally never gonna lose. And that got me, I was just like, man, I thought it was gonna be a good fight, bro. I was kind of excited because I was like, yo, he's probably taking this shit seriously. Nope. He's gonna show everybody wrong. Watch this. Watch all the haters afterwards.
Nope.
But then I was watching the fight. I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, this is fucking bullshit.
Waiting for him to knock him out.
Now,
like, hit me with a good punch so I can go down.
So you know what I'll say? You know what I'll say? I'll give him one more chance once he fights somebody that's
somebody else,
just a boxer, because we've done KSI and at that point a YouTuber, but he was also YouTuber, right? Then we did
basketball player.
Then now let's just say, quote unquote,
an athlete.
He's now from YouTuber. He now went to Nate Robinson, but at that point he's not boxer, or let's say athlete.
That's what I'm saying. He's stepping into the realm of athlete now.
So he's not a YouTuber, athlete. Nate Robinson, he fights him as an athlete. Now I'll say that he fought Ben Askren as a boxer because he's been taking it seriously since the KSI fight. Mm-hmm. So cool, because not for nothing, like he has been taking it seriously. Mm-hmm. Any videos you see, anytime he is taking that shit seriously. Cool, I'll give you that. Now fight a boxer, or box a boxer. Let's see what happens, because he's quote unquote an undefeated turned boxer.
He's gonna have to pick a trash boxer.
And I feel like I wouldn't even be mad if he loses or wins to even a trash boxer, but at the very fucking least, I want to see him face up against somebody that when you see him, like, oh shit, that's a fucking boxer versus a boxer.
Like, you think if Mayweather was like, oh, word? So what's up? Fuck your brother. Forget your brother. Forget Logan Paul. Let's go, Jake.
They didn't fight.
No, they haven't fought yet. Because when they first released the promo, not enough people bought the...
I remember that.
Not enough people
okay, so then yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Not enough people bought the ticket, so they were like, we're gonna come back to this later. Yeah. When there's more...
Let's hype this up a little more.
When there's more hype, yeah.
Well, here's a little bit.
So, hey, Jakey boy.
The 4 people that see this right now... Why not talk about ex-YouTuber on a new YouTube channel called Therapy Sesh?
Is he an ex-YouTuber? Doesn't he still make YouTube videos?
But if you asked him, are you a YouTuber right now? Do you think he would say
he's
yes?
out of it? I'm a superstar now.
No, I think he would say he's a boxer.
He's a boxer?
You don't, not your opinion, not what is Jake Paul.
Wow, I'm sorry. That's my first reaction to hearing that.
Okay, all right.
Jake Paul is a boxer.
Okay, so now erase all that. You are Jake Paul. You have a big robot. You just won you're 3-time undefeated. Jake Paul, who are you? What are you?
Nah, yeah, I'm definitely a boxer.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I knocked out how many people in front of people?
I mean, you didn't knock out boxers yet, but you knocked out 3 people.
Fights
in boxing rings.
How many fights you had planned in front of everybody? How many after school fights you had in front of billions of people? Nah, nobody. Alright, I can see it. I can step into those boots too. But also, you're a YouTuber, bro. Come on.
So right now...
YouTubers can box. I'm not saying no one can go box. Yeah. No one can throw hands.
Okay, so...
People can fight. I've had many of fist fights.
Question for you. If he goes up against like a decent boxer and just fucking destroys him. That's in boxing. Literally not coming in a retirement.
It'd have to be somebody reputable.
If it was someone decently reputable...
Reputable. Haha.
If it was someone decently reputable, arguably like, okay, Jake Paul is a boxer.
Yeah, that's when I would have to say it. Yes, because that's like getting your black belt in boxing, I guess, essentially. Because as of right now, he's just a guy who can box, who's boxing people who can't box.
And you know what I'm so upset about?
He's a guy who can box, who boxes people who can't box.
You know what I even
like
saw?
Imagine me fighting someone who just doesn't fight.
You know what I even saw? I saw a clip where he said, I sparred 80 people and beat all of them. What do you think he's gonna be? So I'm like, okay, cool. If he sparred 80 people and beat all of them, then he's like actually like decent.
That's decent, yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool. So I hope this guy's taking this seriously too, because this guy's taking this seriously, but apparently that didn't happen.
Yeah, but he's not a boxer. That Askren is a wrestler.
He could have tried.
Yeah, but
Do you think that?
Do you see his body?
Do you? Yeah. Oh.
Do you think he
Made
tries?
fun of him. Did you hear what they were
Dude,
saying?
no. What did they say?
Did you watch it?
No, I didn't watch any of it.
You didn't.
I
You
watched.
didn't watch the fight?
I watched the knockout.
Oh, it's on that. I'm recording it on when I have
I watched the knockout. That's fucking wild, bro.
Was that not bullshit?
That's way more bullshit than I thought it was. I already knew it was bullshit.
Bro, I was so upset. I texted you. I was like, yo, no, I want money back. I want money back. I don't care.
I want my.
Hopefully, you can fight a boxer, and we'll take it from there.
He won't.
I think this has been a great first episode.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
excited for tomorrow. We're gonna film another one tomorrow.
We're recording the 420 episode
Please
tomorrow.
Subscribe and like. I gotta say those things because I've even noticed that I used to make fun of people saying that shit, but like when people say it on their channels, I actually was like, oh, you know what?
I'll do it.
You do it.
You're right. That's it. I did listen to this whole thing.
And I enjoyed it. So if you did,
If you liked it, like it.
but
If you didn't like it, don't like it.
No.
Comment down below.
No. But don't like. I don't care because no. You know why? If you do, comment below why. Maybe it's just like, okay, dislike, and then you comment like, hey,
I'll take
would
the
have been
feedback.
better, but if you did blase blah,
I'll take the feedback.
you know what? Why not? If you dislike it, put a comment. That's what I'm saying.
Holla.
We're gonna holla at you on 420. We'll see you in the next episode. This has been fucking dope. Huh? We'll do it again. Edit.
Next time on Therapy Sesh.
Edit.
Next time on Therapy Sesh.
Therapy Sesh. Have a good one.
Holla.